today we're just cleaning it out since it has a lot of junk inside of it, things like that. And so that way when we go to build the foundation next week, we know what we're working with and we can actually see the floor and the ground and whatever. So the last group was in here. They already started clearing it out. It was a Navy ROTC. Patio area cleared out and a little bit of the living room, the kitchen, a little bit of the bedrooms. Yeah, the house is in pretty, interesting condition. The floor, when you walk in, you'll see that the floor has been like caved in most of the house, so you'll be walking on like actual ground. So if y'all want to look inside of it, or we could wait for other people to get here before we get started as well. So y'all can look inside if you want to.
That's my favorite.
Elijah, make the record so break it to you.
The Temptations.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Alright, so tell us how long you've been in Rebuild Tuskegee?
Sure. So I've been doing Rebuild since my freshman year. I started here back in 2017 and this is my senior year.
Tell us, the impact that it had brought for you.
I really love Rebuild because beforehand, all of the community service that I did, I didn't really get to see the fruit of. So the fact that we build up these houses for people who can literally live in them within the next 2 years is really exciting.
And talk about the project that you're working on right now.
So right now we're working on a house property that it had people in it, but they clearly moved out years ago, and forestry and all kinds of nature grew within it. So right now we're gutting out all of the furniture, photos, and stuff so we can start new with the nice structure that it still has.
And tell us, if anyone that's coming into Tuskegee, any advice you want to do, any advice you want to talk about as far as like, helping with the community and whatnot, or what do you hope to gain by, putting, yourself, through, all that, volunteer work just to help this community, to everyone.
Yeah, I always think about Tuskegee as one of, if not the first, the second Black Wall Streets. It was a really booming city in the beginning, and over time it's kind of deteriorated, but there's still these beautiful structures and things that you can do for the city. So I would say, since you're going to be living here for 4 years, you should be able to put in the time, and Rebuild Tuskegee is a great place to do it.
Hey, my name is Alea Barber. I'm a sophomore biology major, material science and engineering minor, and I attend Tuskegee University.
So tell us how long you've been in Rebuild Tuskegee.
This is actually my first project with Rebuild Tuskegee, so I'm excited for it to be my first time and I can do something like this.
What are some things you can tell us about, like, why you wanted to volunteer?
I just wanted to volunteer because I've never really been able to be out and volunteer, and I think it's good to like help the community and just get things looking great and be a good positive aspect to the community.
And tell us how much of an impact has the made for you?
I feel like just the small things help in a big way, because so many small things add up to one big thing, and it's just overall beneficial for everybody.
Tell us a little insight about the project that you're working on today.
So as you can see, we are outside at this house. I'm not sure what happened to it, but we're just taking everything out of the house, and they're gonna rebuild it without knocking it down. So they're just trying to take all of the trash and floors and all our old furniture and things out of it to rebuild it.
Okay, hey, my name is Leah Goggins, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm a mechanical engineering major. And this is actually my first event coming to, but I actually been looking at the events since last year. This is actually my first one that I was able to come to, and it was really cool to break down this house. Now we got to see how we can clean up all the trash and stuff to make it better for them to be able to build it up from the ground. And it was a really cool experience. And I joined Rebuild Tuskegee because I've been volunteering for a while since I was in like middle school, and I just always like volunteering. I feel like giving back to the community, especially the Tuskegee community, like helping the area become bigger and better, and helping Tuskegee being known out there.
Workout stations here, so this is one of them to the left. It's supposed to be like little hurdles or whatever. Hurdles. I can't do that. So yeah, and then here's like a little stage. I mean, it could be used like that sound stage, stuff like that. Yeah, it could be like, you know, touched up, painted, stained, whatever. These stands right here for the field. This is on the ordinance list as well. Technically, people can't sit here right now because there's no handrails on the sides of them. And so right here is it's like a sound barrier. So it's a big open area and trees grown on the surrounding part. Back is the football field of the university. And then to the right up here is a tennis court area as well. Since the park closed down, now there's no recreation here, so we're trying to like revitalize it to bring, you know, something for the kids to do, stuff like that. So previously, you got to see the baseball field over here. We painted that gray because it needs to be all one color in order to do games, things like that. And then also the basketball courts, we painted the backsplashes, the backboards. There you go. To make them like more lively, things like that. So now we're working on a concession stand. We could go like around to see what each of the rooms has as well. So In this room, we were already painting in here. This is like a storage room. Y'all can get closer if y'all want. But yeah. Kind of hard to see, but yeah, this is a storage room in here. And then we can walk around this way. About making show. I saw a huge white rug over here earlier. Alright, cool. So this right here is a female restroom. This is the one that we're going to be painting for this session right now. So in the grand scheme of things, what we want to do is like replace the doors in this concession stand area. Put like an epoxy material on the floor. Basically, it's kind of like the same material you put on the inside of garages or something like that. And then I actually have motion censored sinks and toilets for the bathrooms for both men and women's restrooms. And yeah, so today we're just going to be putting kilt, which is a type of paint, on the walls. So we have rollers and brushes. We can keep going around. And we have more roller naps too, if we need them, and brushes as well. Right here is the board for concession stand, like the post like flyers and stuff like here, and then they sell the food out of the window area. But we're gonna end up replacing all the windows in here as well. And then we're gonna one service Sunday we're gonna paint the whole exterior as well. So I'm not sure if this is open. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So the male's restroom, we're not gonna worry about that today. So this looks locked. So yeah, we can go back to this side so we can grab the rollers and the trays, things like that. So I could get like 2 people to help me in here. We can just bring the trays and rollers and stuff like that out. So for the materials we have today, it looks like the rollers are a little longer than the actual naps. So how we were doing it is we were pouring the paint into like this middle part and then just having this sideways to roll onto the roller and things like that. So some people can have the rollers and some people have the brushes. And people who have brushes, what you're gonna do is basically paint the bottoms of the walls, the tops, and the corners that people can't really get with the roller. You don't have to worry about the actual stall walls because we don't have to get those right now. But yeah, you just worry about like the CMU brick walls, just painting those. And yeah, let me get another bucket of paint actually. It's on the other side, so I'll be right back.